Hi guys, it is 2 days actually before 2025 is in the books, wrapped up and done over. And I'm just sitting here thinking, how in the world did we get through this year so fast? I feel like I almost ran out of time versus being able to download whatever it was that I was thinking throughout the year. But that kind of happens when you have a business like mine. One day I'm like slow and just listing on my online platforms and just, getting the dolls ready to go. And then the next day I'm like cross country trips because somebody has I'm putting up my candle because I've been thinking about what I even have been thinking about. It's kind of weird to think, but anyways, I just kind of like been downloading the year in my soft landing day, and today has been kind of like one of those days where I've been on the run for 2025 for like the majority of it, and right now I'm just like sinking in the fact that not only did I list the goal, I claimed the goal, I hit the goal, and I don't want to run into next year saying, hey, I want to make whatever, however many hundreds of thousands I could concoct in my brain. Even though I do believe that manifestation does work, I do believe that what we name and we proclaim, we can have. Now, there's a lot of work involved in it, but I do believe that we can have it. And I just want to take a moment to kind of just sit in this goal because this goal felt like a marathon to me, and it really tested my willpower for a while, and I was not sure that I was gonna come across the finish line. So when I say I believe in manifestations and signs that things are working in the ways that they're supposed to be working, for me, it's not woo woo. For me, it's more like, I don't know. I remember at one point I heard Oprah Winfrey say, when you are in your lane, you will know. And the doll business for me feels like I'm in my lane and I know, because anytime I start to wobble or things like that, where my confidence starts to waver just a little bit, the universe aligns things and they just work out exactly how they should be working out, even if I'm not forcing that specific thing to happen. So I just want to take a moment to be grateful. Be grateful for the journey that has been a full-time doll reseller. Wow. It's been a crazy ride, guys. It's really been a crazy ride. I mean, think about it. I sell dolls on a full-time basis. That is my only income. I mean, my husband works. He has his own full-time job, but I left my state job to do this on a full-time basis. So it took a lot to jump off a comfy job that I could I could stay there until I retired. Let's just say that. And I'm grateful for that job as well. I did my 14 years and 23 pay periods at that job, and I got that settled in. So I'm very grateful today. I'm very grateful for the craziness that has been 2025. It's been absolutely crazy. I mean, I was in back-to-back different states trips, to the point that I didn't even have anywhere to put the dolls. I was just like, what am I supposed to do with these girls? So I, I begged the universe to guide me in the right direction, and I would be a good steward of the girls, and that is all true. I think I could probably count on one hand how many girls I lost this year due to shipping, like damage to shipping and that kind of stuff. And I can't save them all, but I do try. the best I can to save as many as I can, and to get them from, from the original collector to the person that is going to love them for however long they get to keep them, and that kind of stuff. Um, Rewinding this year, this is the year that I found out that there are some dolls that I absolutely love. I absolutely love. And I've shared them on, they're on the YouTube community page. If you look, there's four girls in there that I'm just really struggling to let go myself. So up to this point, I have considered myself like a doll business owner. I did not grow up loving dolls. I had my daughter when I was very young, so I didn't have any money to be having any dolls. She was my doll, so I did not know that I liked dolls at all. Generally, I love the history of them. I love finding them, cleaning them up, and sending them home. That's my thing. That's my mojo. That's what I like to do. I also like to, along the way, learn how to run my, eBay business. And I've done that with the help of the Reseller Greatness podcast group, because, as I've said before, I found the guy that has done it for the longest, and I chased him and I follow him. So the business portion of it, I have been guided by all these awesome coaches in every different level. I mean, they talk finances, they talk strategy, they talk how to put your house to fit as many items as you can, and all this good stuff, from beginner to where I am right now. And I am once again up on deck. And I am up on deck for Thursday. I was asking my coach this morning, because I almost feel like I ran a marathon before, so I've only ran one. I don't know if I have another one in me. I wish, my brain thinks that I have another one in me, so maybe somewhere down the line we will test that theory. But I ran a marathon, and it's that mile 23 where your body and your brain kind of separate, and like you watch yourself running towards the finish line, but it is taking everything you have to cross that finish line. That's the feeling I have right now with my business. I just have that mile 23, dig deep, find whatever you have left in that tank and just push through. And, I crossed my finish line a few days ago, and it almost feels like, once you cross that finish line and you get that water and that banana and you just lay on the floor and cry and just can't believe that you ran 26 miles. Yeah, that's where I'm at right now. So this was a big one for me, and it has emptied out my tank. So I'm trying to figure out, I'm trying to like regroup. I'm trying to do like a hard reset with myself and with my brain and my mind, and think about how much training it took to get here, and do I have that much more to keep going higher and higher, or should I just, sit down for a little bit and sit down? So I don't know. But when I say that the universe has some funny things to you, it's, I could not find my favorite cup, so I picked up this cup. And this is what I mean when I say that there is just signs that come to us in different ways. And I was like, I went into the cupboard and I grabbed the cup, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. It says, oh, the places you will go. It's kind of nuts. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for all the hardship. I'm grateful for all the learning. I'm grateful for all the people that have been here for the journey. And I'm not ready to scream a number yet, because this race kicked my butt. It's emptied out my tank. So I want to be very intentional in the goal that I set next for the business. Obviously I'm not going to go back. I'm not going to go backward, or I don't plan on going backward. Um, I plan on either kind of like floating where I'm at right now and moving gradually upward. But I would like to maybe take 2026 to be a little bit more intentional in like with relationships, in like having more friend dates. I haven't really seen my friends, but every now and then, because I was just like a bull. I There was just no stopping my laser beam from my goal. So I think I want to look around a little bit and just take a little bit of a breather. I'm not going to slow down and do all this and that. I just need to sit with the victory. And then I also want to be very intentional in the projections that I'm going to do going forward for my business. I have a grandbaby coming in February, and it's a boy. I've never even had a boy in my family. I'm a mom of three girls, so my husband he's been through it. So we are having our first grandbaby. My daughter is 26 and she's married to a soldier. So they have been stationed in Georgia. And, that's on the east. So I'm very excited to see what that brings to the family. We're going to have a little boy soon. He's he's cooking up, and he's due in he's due in less than 60 days. So that is their first quarter baby. So I'm very excited about that. And I would like to, I'm going to record a series when I get my new phone on the cleanup, because I have a mess. Guys, I have a mess. Like, I have a mess in my photo room. I would like to reorganize my inventory room. I would like to reorganize my office space. My office space is not like wicked messy. Here, I'll give you a little bit of a preview. I do have everything, that I need right here, all my boxes and that kind of stuff. So it's not like a complete royal mess. I'm just I am an organized. I'm a working, halfway disorganized mess. I guess that's what you would call it. I don't even know what it's called, but we've made it this far. It just winging it and, making things good enough to get me to the next step and to get me to the next step. And, if you're doing eBay sales the way I'm doing, the online business, it is very intense. It is an all in, all energy, all consuming type of situation, because finding girls is not easy. Like, finding them took me a whole year of working and building the relationship for them to be let go to me and be trusted with me to, get them to the next step and that kind of thing. So it's been a rough year, and it's also been a very financially rewarding year. And the first thing that I hired out today, I found a bookkeeper, guys. I'm done with that. I'm done bookkeeping. I hate bookkeeping. I love finding my girls. I love identifying girls. I love learning about my dolls. I love rehoming them, shipping them out, going to pick them up, sending them to their next home. I don't want to do this whole bookkeeping stuff. It's not for me. I freaking hate it. And because I reached my goal this year, I was like, you know what? How much do I owe you? Let me know. And I'm done with that. Tag you're it. So I'm giving that duty to somebody that loves doing that. That is her business, and that is how she makes her living. And you know what? I am trusting and letting go of that wheel in my business. Small businesses have so much going on. There's the branding like this that we're doing right now. There's me trying to figure out how to have memory on my phone, which that's a work in progress. There's like all the stuff that I need to order for the business because, my sales picked up and my boxes went lower and lower and lower. And, before I know it, I'm running out of stuff. There's just finding inventory, organizing inventory, organizing all the auxiliary things that go with a business, and also remembering that you still have a household to run, and hopefully not forgetting your own personal bills and all that kind of stuff. Thankfully for me, I auto pay stuff. I just put everything on auto pay and just take it out whenever it's due, and leave me alone. I try not to think about that kind of stuff when it comes to running my business, because if I have to remember to pay my bills, then forget it. We're going to have like no lights. But I have everything on autopilot because I financially secured our household to have the ability to have everything on autopilot. So all bills are automatically paid, and I try not to look at that kind of stuff. So to me, hiring a bookkeeper feels like hiring an auto fixer upper for the books of my business. However that works, whatever. I'm done with it. And just taking a moment to financially, taking a moment to think really good about what is the next goal and how are we going to get there. So I'm up on deck for Thursday. I need to explain to my coach how does one become a $500,000 business owner. And I don't have a clue. Like, I don't know how you become a $500,000 business. That is a to be determined situation. I don't know how that works, and but I'm happy to try to figure it out, or at least wing it and try to figure out how to come up with somewhat of an explanation, maybe. I don't know. So we shall see. That is all I have. We're going to sit on what we've attained, and we will figure the rest out as we go and bring you along for the journey.